Sydney is home to some of the most beautiful beaches you could wish to see, from Manly to Palm Beach and Bondi to Coogee. They're the perfect spot to let an Aussie summer's day pass you by. Finals day continues. Let's rejoin Jill Clark.
So after women's doubles, we turn our attention to men's doubles, and it's an all-Indonesian affair. It's a repeat of the Super Series event in India on finals day, and of course in India it was won by Fernaldi and Sukamuljo. After that we'll have men's singles, and my goodness, the nerves are probably jangling with both the singles players because they're both in a first ever Super Series tournament final. Then we'll have mixed doubles, and we'll see Chen Qing back on court with her partner Sheng Shiwei, who of course reigning world junior champions. Then we finish with women's singles, and what a match that should be. The tall Sun Yu of China against the former champion here, Saina Nehwal. Well, before the men's doubles gets underway, chance for us to look at the men's doubles draw. Only 5 different nations involved from quarterfinals, and only 4 seeds, only 1 seed in the top half of the draw, but 3 Indonesian pairs at semi-final stage. So not surprising that we've got an all-Indonesian final. Now, as far as the Super Series standings are concerned, well, if Gideon, Marcus Fernaldi and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo, if they win today's final, they'll go up 5 places to the #1 spot. If their opponents win, then they will be joint 2, and it will be Chai Biao and Hong Wei who will go to #1. So, the men's doubles finalists led out by Rookie Karanda Suwardi, his partner Angga Pratama. They're in the all-black kits. The number 6 seeds against the number 7 seeds. The world number 13s against the world number 14s. Gideon, Marcus Fernaldi and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo beat their opponents in the final in India. It was 2 straight games, and if you were with us yesterday, you will have seen how remarkably quick Sukamuljo is on court. He's grease lightning, and he's always fun to watch. Number 6 seeds Angga Pratama and Ricky Karanda Suwardi. Gideon, Marcus Fernaldi and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo today in their 2nd Super Series tournament final as a pair. But of course, Gideon, Marcus Fernaldi won the French Super Series as a qualifier with Marcus Kido in 2013.
Ricky.
Our umpire,
Angga. Angga serve. What do you
Chang Liang from China.
listen? Who receive? Kevin.
So the fans were certainly treated to an excellent women's doubles. And I suspect this will be an exciting match too. Tallest man on court, nearest to us, Ricky Suwardi. There he is, 24 years of age, born in Cirebon in West Java. They're down 1 place in the world ranking this week, down to 14. But they did spend a total of 3 weeks at number 9 in the world ranking, as we just saw from the Super Series standings. They're number 8 at the moment. They went down 3 places after losing in the first round of the Indonesia Premier Super Series. Well, Angga Pratama won this title 3 years ago, playing with Rian Agun Saputro. And it was with him where he reached his highest ranking of number 7. That was 4 weeks in March of 2014. And it was former partners to both Pratama and Suwardi that they beat in yesterday's semi-final. Beri Angriawan and Rian Nagun Suputro. 2 straight games. All of their matches 2 straight games. So it'd be very impressive so far. Given Sanjaya Sukamuljo. He and his partner down 1 place in the world ranking this week, down from their career high of 12. But after Indonesia, where they lost in the second round, they went up 1 place in the Super Series, landing number 6 as we saw. So Gideon Marcus Fernaldi is 25 years of age from Jakarta. They've already won 2 titles this year, the Malaysian Grand Prix Gold and that India Super Series. Second round against Astrup and Rasmussen was the only time they were taken the full distance, and of course those Danes were semi-finalists last week. But look at that quarter-final against the number 2 seeds Fu Haifeng and Jiang Nan. Now, of course, that final in India is the only previous time these 2 pairs have played against each other. And Steen, I mentioned that 1 pair, as we look at our quarter officials, there's Richard Bramley of New Zealand.
On my right, Kevin Sanjaya, Sukamuljo, and Fabrus Famadi Gideon, Indonesia.
Yeah, I'm just making the announcements.
And on my left, Ricky Karanda, Suwardi, and Angga Pratama, Indonesia. Angga Pratama to serve to Kevin Sanjaya, Sukamuljo. Level play.
So it's the number 6 seeds, Angga Pratama and Ricky Karanda Suwardi, all side of the court in the all-black kit. Yeah, I said he was quick already. Steen, I was going to say, before the umpire started her announcements, about them both losing early last week. First round for the number 6 seeds and second round for the number 7 seeds. But you made a very good point to me before finals started.
Yeah, I think that it's a very high level of men's doubles we're going to see here today, because they are the 2 informed men's doubles at the moment, in my opinion, except for Lee Young-dae and Yo Young-sung, who won the Indonesia Open and also beat these 2 pairs, Suwardi and Pratama in the first round, and Sukamuljo and Fernaldi in the second round. So they were up against the best in the world in Indonesia Open, and that's, in my opinion, why we didn't see more of them back then. They've been quite outstanding in this tournament, and Suwardi, Pratama, very, very well playing in Thomas Cup. I think undefeated in Indonesia's campaign, selected for the important matches in the semi-final and the final and so on. So very, very high-class men's doubles that we're in for today, and I think exciting play as well.
Oh, look at that.
Shot.
Yeah.
Sometimes we see when players from Seven Nation meet each other, there's a lot of tactical game going on, and it often ends up being almost a no match, because the players, they know exactly which button to push at each other. But yeah, that might be the case here, but I still think we're going to see some spectacular badminton.
Well, I know, sadly, you weren't with me at the event in India, in Delhi, earlier this year, but I don't know whether you got a chance to watch any of that final, because I can tell you that things got a little heated at one stage. I think Pratama and Suwardi got a little annoyed with some of Sukamuljo's antics on court. He's great to watch. I mean, as a sports fan, I love watching him play, but there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, I think, on court.
And this competition, I mean, Pratama and Suwardi was selected as the second men's doubles for Thomas Cup, and this is an upcoming pair, meaning that Fernaldi was playing with Marcus Gideon, and then back then I think they were independent players.
Yeah.
Now this young guy, Sukamuljo, comes up. He's 19 years of age, playing with a former independent player, and they're coming to challenge Suwardi and Pratama, and there's a lot of competition here, and I often hear, I heard it in a Danish national team, that the best players, they wanted the younger players to show that they wanted to beat the older players in practice and want to give them a position, tougher position. And when they got it, they got sort of frustrated and said, no, that's not what I meant. You should still show respect. But they showed no respect. They did exactly what they wanted them to do, but then it wasn't that fun when they were actually beating them.
Mm.
And the balance is, of course, that, I mean, even though you play this match, you still have to go home and practice together.
Yeah.
So, often people are a little reluctant to show emotions. But then again, I mean, it's the umpire who sets the limits. Another interesting thing here is that I often think of Sukamuljo as a short player. But he's actually taller than his partner, and hadn't Fernaldi been playing with Sukamuljo, we would have been talking about Fernaldi as a very, very fast player.
Yeah.
So they're both very fast. It's just the Sukamuljo that's so extreme.
Yes, and he's quite similar in a way to what you were talking about with Chen Cheng, in that his racket movement is very, very sharp.
So quick.
Yeah. His jump smash isn't so shabby either, is it?
Well played. Sliced the smash a little bit.
7-8.
Pratama. Not that one. This one. When you slice it a little bit, you often get the opponent to misjudge the speed you need to put into your own reply, thus creating opportunities.
Because when you play the slice, the racket head comes through just as quickly, but because it's a glancing blow, the shuttle goes slower.
The shuttle goes slower, so you often hit your return as if it was a full smash, but the shuttle is not there yet. So you often hit it a little bit higher in the defense.
9-8. Okay.
Goodness.
Great defense. Hey, what a fantastic shot.
Yeah, and that bleeds Suwardi. Little celebration after he won that point. Look at that defence. How did he get that? Turned and played the forehand. Look at Suwardi in the background there.
I remember reading some forums that Suwardi himself is not afraid of showing some attitude.
Ricky.
Well, there's a demonstration of your point that Fernaldi is a very quick player as well.
Yeah.
From the forehand corner, look at that. Leaps to what we call the round-the-head position.
9.
I don't believe it. Oh, my goodness. Terrific.
What a round. This one, he's covering, and then he reaches the other one. That's amazing.
Brilliant badminton. They're queuing up for that one.
Yeah. And sometimes it can be really difficult playing with such a speedy player because he wants to get involved with everything.
11-10 interval.
So, the advantage, a one-point advantage, with Fernaldi and Sukamuljo. Well, there'll be no coaches involved because both pairs from Indonesia. And the Indonesian coaches don't want to show any favouritism, so they just, I'm sure they're sitting in the crowd somewhere with big smiles on their faces, because two pairs, they're guaranteed one of their pairs will win the title.
And both pairs from PBSI, the Badminton Association of Indonesia, because if there'd still been one of the pairs playing independently, then there would have been coaching.
Yes.
Play.
Oh,
Good
yes,
shot.
That's clever.
Service over. 11-all.
Another thing I remember from the final in Delhi, Steen, was that I thought that this pair we're looking at right now, Pratama and Suwardi, I thought they were a little bit nervous, and I think that because it was nearing the end of the Olympic qualifying period, and for them to get into the Olympic Games, they had to get their ranking into the top 8 in the world, and certainly a win in India would have helped them there.
Yeah.
And I thought they got a little bit riddled with nerves. I wonder if they might be a little more relaxed today. Although, of course, as you've already said, they'll be desperate to beat their teammates.
Yeah, but the psychology is changed. They are the ones chasing now because they have they're the ones looking for a rematch.
Yeah.
So.
And they're the ones that have gone
11.
lower in the world rankings.
Yeah.
It's Sukamuljo and Fernaldi that are one place higher.
Service over. 12-13. Service
He
over.
got back well to that fixed serve, didn't he, Fernaldi?
14-12.
Oh, good defence. How on earth did he play that? No, it's just wide. It was a good rally. There was a shot earlier on in that rally from Fernaldi. I don't know how on earth he played it. That one.
13-15.
Extraordinary. It was way past him.
Very flexible. Almost hit it below his left shoulder with an overhead shot.
Oh, service error from
16,
Suwardi.
13.
Is that the first service error of the match? I think it might be. Oh no, it's the second.
It's going wide. Was he
17,
teasing them a little bit?
13.
Sukamuljo, was he hitting, pretending that he would hit it and then deliberate? Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
And that's what was upsetting his opponents in Delhi, I can tell you. Look at that racket work. Oh!
Service over.
Well, how on earth did Suwardi take that off the top of the tape? Oh my goodness, that's brilliant.
Thank you.
And then, I mean, people might wonder, if you're from the same country and you practice together and so on, aren't you friends then? And some might be friends, but most likely they're not. I mean, the pair who's losing this
17.
match would much rather lose to any other pair in the tournament that's not from Indonesia.
Yeah.
Service over.
Yeah, look, that's the overhead snap action with the racket. Doesn't really follow through afterwards. It's a little
18-14.
fast movement that you were talking about with Chen in the women's doubles. Very similar. Good defence.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And the problem for Suwardi and Pratama is that they're more or less forced to go into this play that Gideon, that Fernaldi and Sukamuljo really loves and are really good at, because they don't have the solid defense that the Koreans have, that Leon Dae and Sung have, that can sort of keep the Indonesians on the
20,
back
game
court,
point, 14.
can make the court big. They don't have that.
No.
The Indonesians, that's not their playing style.
No. Error on the return of serve gifts the opening game to Gideon, Marcus Fernaldi and Kevin Sanjaya. Sukamuljo.
Wow, that's a high
That's
service.
very high, wasn't it? Below the waist. No.
It was below the shoulder, but only just.
So confirmation, opening game to the number 7 seeds, 21-14. Very, very quick, aren't they?
Ya kalau dari sebelah kanan sini pasti setengah mungkin berubah deh. Banyak di situ. Kalau itu kalau satu bibit enak tuh berarti dapatnya situ.
Should perhaps explain that the waist in badminton is defined as below the lowest rib. Not what most of us would call a waist.
seconds, 20 seconds.
So the players get ready for the start of the second game.
Second game.
Right in the heart of Sydney, you'll find Darling Harbour, home to so many attractions, including the Wildlife Sydney Zoo. You can meet some of Australia's furriest friends like the koalas and kangaroos. Right now, let's get back to the men's doubles final.
Service over. 1 love.
That's a good return of serve, isn't it, from Gideon Sanjaya.
Service over. 2-1.
Anything tactically that Pratama and Suwardi ought to be doing, Steen, to turn this around?
It's very, very difficult because I actually think that the small, clever things that we see the Indonesians do that's working against other players, play the mid-court, play to the backhand side of the opponent, play all the clever, imaginative shots that we also see Asan and Setchuan playing. Well, Sukamuljo, he's so fast that he covers those, and then they suddenly become bad shots.
Yeah.
I think they have to be very, very disciplined in their game and avoid great smash here by Fernaldi, by the way, and avoid
3-2.
giving easy points away. But I mean, they still got to win it in some way, and I just don't think they have the defense to withstand the attack of the two men in red.
Service over. 3-all.
Yeah.
4-3.
One idea could be that simply going for Fernaldi, trying to target him in the flat game, in the offense, and so on. And not because that he is not good, but because when Sukamuljo is playing well, he's simply too dangerous.
Service over.
There was the setup with the slice.
Yeah.
You were talking about that with the opposite pair in the opening game, weren't you? Yeah, timing all off on the defensive shot from Pratama.
Yeah, there's not so much power, so much speed to work with, and thus he doesn't get it past Sukamuljo.
5-4.
No, that's well worked.
6-4.
I mean, the simple thing is that Pratama and Suwardi have got to get themselves on the attack, but that's easier said than done. I mean, how you do that in practical terms, that's the problem for them. Short.
7-4.
Definitely trying to take the pace out of the game and play with steepness. Make sure they don't get into this flat, quick exchanges.
Service over.
No, service mistake.
5-7.
Good service return.
Service over. 8-5.
course, the Indonesian fans, who were very vocal in our first match, the women's doubles, don't know which pair to cheer for.
Service over. 6-8.
No, that's often why it's always such a strange atmosphere when players from the same countries are playing each other.
Oh, my goodness me.
Service over. 9-6.
Well played. Well played by Pratama and Suwardi.
10-6.
I think they need a little bit of a lead going into the decisive phase of this second game, because Fernaldi and Sukamuljo, I feel they have an easier task of scoring quick points. So if it's very close, then red pair is favored, in my opinion.
8-10.
Look how early it takes the first one, and then that round the head shot. Most players would have not even gone for that, and if they had done, they would have had to play a backhand. No, it was the idea that you were talking about playing it a little softer.
Playing it softer, targeting Fernaldi. Then once in a while going all across on the other side of Sukamuljo in order to keep him from interfering in the rally.
Service over. 11-9 interval.
Well, at least a better start for Suwardi and Pratama.
Yes, a 2-point advantage at the big game interval here in the second game. It is all happening in double quick time, isn't it? 25 minutes only since the start of the match, and we're halfway through the second game. Mind you, when they played against each other in the final in Delhi, 21-17, 21-13, and that was only 30 minutes.
20 seconds.
Quick pace.
20 seconds. Nine. Then. Play.
Again, only this time it was Sukamuljo getting around the head interception that most players wouldn't have been able to play. Look at that. Oh, good flick serve. Good flick serve.
11-all.
Yeah, and again, just shadows a shot,
12,
which is...
11.
I certainly know if I was the opposite side of the net, that would rankle me.
But if you get annoyed, then you play worse. Good shot.
So it's over. 12-all.
Yeah, it's a good response too, isn't it, after that?
And that's where the possibilities are. That's on Fernaldi, involving him in the game. Not from the overhead position, though.
So it's over.
And that return of serve was awesome.
12.
going wide.
That's well played by Pratama and Suwardi, because it's also interesting to see what happens if Sukamuljo is not involved in the rallies and then suddenly gets to do 1 or 2 shots. I would expect him to be wanting to be involved all the time. And I think once in a while, when they got the initiative, Pratama Suwardi, they should start with a drop shot towards Fernaldi. They often start, or they always so far start with an attacking shot and then a drop.
Yeah, look at the difference in front court winners. All red court winners by the pair in black, but all front court winners from Sukamuljo. Yeah, there we are. There's another one.
It's always a definition on where you put the front court and the back court. That's suicide.
15-13.
Well, just the fact that he lifted short.
Yeah, he lifted so short. I mean,
Yeah.
you might as well just get ready for the next service, because there's no way that they're going to miss that. 9 out of 10 times they're going to convert. Perhaps not on the first shot, but then Sukamuljo is coming in on the next one. And now we saw this, the points are sort of slipping away from Pratama and Suwardi. There's 3 adrift now. 11-9 with their lead.
Oh my goodness, did you see that defence?
Yeah.
Little
I'm
top
enjoying
spin.
it. I'm enjoying it. Shh, Jill, don't disturb. We're watching some good badminton now.
Yeah. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
Angga.
A little deception on the flat shot there. I guess that was what you referred to.
Yeah.
Service over.
I think that's their
14-17.
first service error, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, it's not fun for Suwardi and Pratama if they're sort of trying to be the number 2 upcoming Indonesian pair, taking over, pressuring Asan and Setuan, and then suddenly 2 youngsters coming in and more or less making a fool of them.
Yeah.
18,
Because that's what they are. They have no chance.
Oh, he's got it back!
What a fantastic run.
Don't believe it! Oh, he's hit it long! He's hit it long! What a rally! Well, that was absolutely extraordinary.
19,
Look at this. How did he get that
And
back?
the next one, and the next one.
Ricky.
Yeah, he plays it again.
Angga.
What about a challenge for that one?
Do not delay.
Do not be late. He was asleep on the floor. Or actually, he was the opposite. He was definitely not asleep.
No. Oh, that's called long as well. Oh, it's called in.
Yeah.
It's called
20,
in.
match point.
And therefore it's match point opportunities for Fernaldi and Sukamuljo.
Service over.
Oh, still another 5 match point opportunities. It's going wide. And a second Super Series title for Gideon Marcus Fernaldi and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo. That's nice to see at the end, because certainly, when they played against each other in India. It was all rather intense, so fantastic to see the good sportsmanship at the end. My goodness, from 9-11 down in that second game, storming through 21-14, 21-15 in just 33 minutes. This, the final point. It was one of the longest rallies of the match as well, wasn't it? But look at the sheer delight for the number 7 seeds. A second title at Super Series level. And a second title this year after winning in India. So once again, confirmation, 21-14, 21-15. Just 33 minutes. Prize presentation.
Nigel Skelt, Chair of Marketing BWF, and Mr. Xiao Junfeng from XIAMENAIR, and Geraldine Brown from Badminton Australia. Please welcome the umpire and service judge to receive a token for their services today.
Yes, it's always nice when the court officials get a memento. Officiating a major final.
Please give a hand to our runners-up, Angga, Pratama, Ricky, Karanda, Suwardi from Indonesia.
Well, it was a third time they had contested a Super Series tournament final.
And I'd like to welcome
and for a second time this year they've had to settle for second best, losing to their teammates once again. Angga Pratama receiving his medal. And Ricky Karanda Suwardi.
Please welcome Nigel Skelt from BWF to present the MetLife Trophy.
Nigel Skelt from New Zealand, chairman of the BWF Marketing Committee.
Please welcome Mr. Xiao Junfeng to present the XIAMENAIR aeroplane. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2016 XIAMENAIR Australian Badminton Open Men's Doubles Champions. Please welcome Marcus Fernaldi, Gideon, Kevin Sanjaya, Sukamuljo from Indonesia.
Gideon, Marcus Fernaldi and
I'd like
Kevin
to welcome
Sanjaya,
Mr. Paul
Sukamuljo.
to present the medal and check.
Well, they were both outstanding today. Both so quick, the whole style of play very, very fast. Well, it's the third Super Series title for
I'd like to welcome Mr.
Fernaldi.
Nigel Skelp to present the MetLife Trophy
Second
to our winners.
as his partner of today.
And please welcome back Mr. Xia Junfeng to present the XIAMENAIR aeroplane and winners trophy.
Well, first pair in the men's doubles this year to win 2 Super Series titles in the year. Previous 5 Super Series events, we'd had 5 different pairs winning the men's doubles
Ladies and gentlemen,
title.
please acknowledge our champions again.
When you